Dodge is going all out with V8s. You can now get the V8 Durango for very cheap. I'll include a link to the Doug Smith Dodge's website in the description down below. If you have any questions, need any help, just ask for Joey. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. This 5.7 liter V8 goes to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 14 around town, 21 on the highway, with power outputs being 360 horsepower and then about 390 pound-feet of torque. I'm closing in on 500,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. You've got the cool hood vents here, which make the Durango look quite a bit more aggressive. And then look at the lighting. You also have the performance front fascia, which adds to the aggression. Altogether, the Durango is a bit older, right, with the platform and everything, but it still looks good to this day. Now this one's got the tow and go package, so $295, $45, $20 for the tire and wheel setup. We also have blacked out Brembo brakes with this. Good old fashioned Hemi badge. We've got the blacked out mirror caps too. Everything here on the side is painted, so it makes the Durango look quite a bit more premium. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock remote start at the opening for the hatch, and then the Dodge logo on the back. The button to close the hatch is actually here inside, which is interesting. With the third row, you've got that little handle to throw it down. It is pretty much a flat across folding situation. 12 volt here in the back, and you actually do have a usable cargo space behind the third row. Got the Durango's famous light bar there. You got the GT badge, and let's get you guys an exhaust clip. Yeah, that's right, folks. V8, your Kia smell you ride doesn't sound that good. This week's giveaway is huge if you are a NASCAR fan. Dream Giveaway is working with the King Richard Petty to offer a fully custom wide-body Hellcat Charger. It produces 885 horsepower. It's got wheels, it's got an exhaust, it's got custom leather seats. It really does have everything. Not only can you win this car, but it will come with $25,000 in cash to help pay for the taxes, and your donation goes to help children's and veterans charities. Use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. This will give you 4x bonus entries with any donation, $25 or more. Let's now check out the interior. We've got soft touch all over the door panel, at least the top section. There's some cool red stitching on the lower part too. The red stitching continues onto the seats. This has the bench seats set up. They're perforated down the center too. The third row seats perforated. 2 seats back there. You can fit adults, but I would reserve it more so for kids. Legroom in the back is good. We've got a little storage net there. Vents here in the center for the rear passengers, heated seats, and some USB ports and an outlet. And then finally, we do have our own climate zone for the rear passengers and ventilation throughout the top. Keyless entry for up front, and let's pop in. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. The front 2 windows are automatic. They also have acoustic glass up front, and then you've got more of that red stitching there on the door panel. 1,200 pounds of payload capacity with this. Dodge logo there on the front seat, again perforated down the center just like the seats in the back. You got power adjustments and lumbar support. Taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got nice perforated trim on either side, paddle shifters and radio controls in the back. We got adaptive cruise control with this. Voice command controls for the center screen there too. Taking a look at the center screen, it does have some analog gauges on either side, but yeah, you can change the information that's displayed depending on what you are looking for information-wise with the vehicle. Backup camera in reverse with this. And then as for the infotainment system, this is the newer unit in the Durango. You can see this comes with heated ventilated seats. You've got the dual zone climate up front. It does take a second for some of the tabs to load up. So just understand there's a little bit of lag with the system, but it's good. Physical controls for stuff like the heated ventilated seats, the dual zone climate, the radio controls. And then you've got your different drive modes, including the tow mode. By the way, this can tow 8,700 pounds with the tow and go. There's also a sport and a track mode with this. Phone charging pad, we've got some USB ports right next to that. Shifter there for the 8-speed, some cup holders, and then the center console, 12 volt inside. Nice trim here on the top. Same thing with like across the dash, it's all very nice. And then we do have a sunroof up top. 2026 Durango GT Hemi. Notice the base MSRP is $42,495. This has quite a few options, so $55,380 for the total on this one. Let's see how this performs. Set off in the V8 Durango, and let me tell you, if you buy a Chevy Traverse or an Acadia, I get it. They got a lot of space, they're big. But also, if you buy a Chevy Traverse or an Acadia, why? I mean, junky, 4-cylinder, turbo, giant screen, no physical buttons. Gonna blow up on you, probably. Not for sure, But 4-cylinder turbos, right, they don't have the best reputation, you know? And I guess that engine isn't tested enough for us to know the reliability, but I mean, judging by the problems that GM has had with the V8s, you know what I mean? Not a good situation, not a good look. So you look at that compared to this 5.7 V8 tested. We know it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn reliable. You can get quite a few miles out of this engine. And like this, I just like this car more. Again, not quite as big as the new Chevy Traverse, but the packaging's good enough and it's big enough. My hope with this Durango being so cheap with the V8 now, again, $42,000 starting, I hope that this destroys, like absolutely decimates Traverse sales so much that GM stops with their stupid tiny turbo BS and they start putting real engines in their cars again. Like, GM, I love you. You got a lot of cool stuff, but you got a lot of lame stuff right now too. But I mean, Durango sales, if you don't know, were already increasing before this. This is going to massively boost sales. Like, I bet you the Dodge Durango, I don't know if it'll be the best 3-row SUV sales wise, but it's going to be up there. I mean, listen to this. And let's talk about gas mileage. Those turbo 4-cylinders claim to get better gas mileage, but in the real world, you get about the same. I mean, here's a good example. My wife and I are both driving, you know, Land Cruisers right now. My wife has a 200 Series, or 200 Series Heritage Edition, and I've got the new LC300, which is the Lexus LX. The 200 Series has an NA V8, no auto stop start, no cylinder deactivation, 5.7 V8. The LC300 has a twin turbo 3.4 liter V6 hybrid. Guess what gas mileage I'm getting? The 200 Series is getting 15. The 300 Series is getting 16 miles per gallon. Barely any difference, you know? And that's what you see in the real world with the V8 versus turbo 4-cylinder fart cans. This is a nice car. Acoustic glass, again, it's insulated. It's got a pretty nice ride. It's a little bit firmer with this tow and go package. It's not bad though. It's not bad at all. And man, this thing can tow 8,700 pounds. That's like a Tahoe. And it sounds like a beast. Dodge is doing what Dodge does best. And you know, you gotta think, you know, some people are a fan of the current administration, some people are neutral, some people don't like it. You know, people are all over the place. But I think we can all appreciate a pulling back on the emission stuff to allow for V8s to continue for a little bit longer, because this just makes sense in a car like this. In big vehicles, we need big engines. It's not just about the sound, it's about the power delivery, it's about the economy, it's about the performance. It's everything, it's about the reliability. Big cars need big engines. Little cars can have little engines. They can make that work. So I'll review other packages. Excuse me. They're trying to take me out because I'm hyping up V8s too much. I will review other packages on this new Durango. Let me guys think, but I think this is such a good move by Dodge, and I think that this is going to sell super well. Now, this is the more expensive version, but I mean, shoot, a tow and go package was over 60 grand last year. And I think this is, by the way, why they're using GT for this and RT for the other one. They didn't want to devalue the names or the, you know, the vehicle, right? If they just drop the price on the RT and drop the price on the 392, then that would kind of devalue. But by just basically changing the, like, this is an RT with a different badge. That's what it is at the end of the day. It doesn't devalue the other RTs as much, so it's actually a smart move by Dodge. But let me know your thoughts.